everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Play Slay the Spire. We got a fresh daily, 3 minutes in. 2 people have done it. Railgun736 got a score of 821. How? Marvin got a score of 5. How? You just want to be the first name on the leaderboard? We did okay yesterday. We died on a boss on the 2nd floor. I got tweets from people that were like, hey, I bet you died on this guy, and it was a picture of the dude doing execute. And I was like, yeah, you got me. Common stopping point for that run, I think. But if you beat it, more power to you. Start with 2 cards from another class. Resting and rest sites heals, but costs 5 max HP. So in theory, we should be able to use either upgrade or dig or toke. And then if we get the relics that allow that to happen, we don't have to rest when we go to a rest site. We can still get some value out of it. Vintage. Normal enemies drop relics instead of cards, I should say. I have to imagine that vintage is probably... Okay, I have to imagine vintage is probably, like, by far the strongest modifier you can ever get on a daily run. Excuse me. No, that's right. I looked at these strikes and went, why do we have units from another class? That is not the case. Anyway, it's a very good... I mean, I hesitate to say it because be careful what you wish for. I know on Mega Crit, they're like, oh, you complain the runs are too hard. I think we can totally do this. You complain the runs are too hard. We make them easier. Now you complain they're too easy. But Vintage has a tendency to make the runs a little bit on the easy side. I think it's fair to say. Can I kill you? 13 plus vulnerability plus 9 is only 22 damage. Yeah. Take it next turn. We'll take 1 damage as a result. I would prefer not to, but so be it. Just gotta get 10 damage this turn. And we did get there. Okay. I think that's about as well as we could have done with the draw we got. I'm not upset. Duvu Doll, for every curse in your deck gets stronger. In the end, you end up, usually as a result of having, this kind of run. Well, I don't think it's worth playing Corruption on turn 1. We probably would like to weaken you and then knock you out. I know that seems like a weird way to do it. But now we only have 1 enemy, which makes our life much easier from like a blocking standpoint. But anyway, not with Duvu Doll, sorry, with the ability to get a relic on every single enemy encounter, usually you end up with a run that works for any kind of deck as long as you kind of pick an archetype and run with it. At least that's my experience so far. Gonna take another little bit of damage here, but life goes on. Usually these runs, the nerf, or I guess the penalty, comes from the fact that you don't get many opportunities to take cards. You know what? Start me with Neutralize. Free 3 damage plus weak. Might save us from playing a block. It's our most interesting attack right off the bat, at least. So you're dealing 8 damage. We can still get there. We'll smack you. Survivor and dump. Hey, it's CBS's strategy for the fall season. Survivor and dump. I don't know anything about the television industry. Because I work in the entertainment industry. The real entertainment industry. If you want to invoke your bellow. Oh. I'm not going to be able to kill you. You're very lucky. As a result, I might as well... Like, our 3rd card doesn't matter. How much are you blocking for now? 5. Much better in that you're dead either way, but sure, whatever helps you sleep at night. So we just gotta... okay, Art of War is not necessarily that good either, but that's why I'm going for this Elite, because the Elite allows us to get a relic and a card. Obviously, like... We have Survivor already. Awesome. Obviously, like, the value proposition is not really there. To fight an Elite, which is usually much harder than an enemy encounter, or at least a little bit harder than an enemy encounter. I think Uppercut is like our kill condition right now, so we don't mind waiting for that to come back around. He doesn't debuff us ever, so big whoop. Well, we are going to take damage this turn. Probably would have been wise to go a little deeper on the previous turn, but either way, you know, we've definitely gotten a lot better about making our run workable with less HP. Like, I can usually kind of coast... Oh, that's so good. I can usually kind of coast on whatever amount of HP we have until we get to the rest stop just before the boss fight, and then we kill that boss, and we kind of like, you know, Bob's your uncle. 9 damage. So we'll take 1, but I'm not overly concerned about that. Again, we have the elite fight coming up. That one's always a little bit tricky, but we actually want to hit a campfire as soon as possible now, because gaining strength early... I actually kind of hate this, but gaining strength early is going to be really, really, really good for us. So without altering our deck, the deck just becomes much stronger. It's like the slowest way to kill these guys that I've ever seen. Okay, who's attacking next? I don't really care about being weak because uppercut will still get a kill. You're buffing, you're doing something altogether different. You're very lucky. We definitely should have done that in the opposite order so we didn't get shot with web again. But not an enormous concern. Potion would be nice too, but okay, Ancient Tea set. Also good. Oh, we got 2 elite fights. We might have chosen a terrible path. We get 1 turn to kind of rock this guy. So let's apply weakness so his next turn's not going to be that good. No vulnerability, so we are probably going to get hit. And this is why a card... Oh. I'm going to let him hit me. Because I don't want to give him the strength bonus. That sucks, though. Badly. It continues to suck extremely badly. I'm going to level with you. I don't really want to take 21 damage. I know we could block 15, but he'd actually do 27 then, so we'd take 12 damage, and he's so many turns away from death. Oh, this stinks. And then, of course, we draw 2 weaknesses on the same turn, which is, of course, exactly what we're looking for. I don't really want to give him a permanent strength upgrade. I think there are probably good times to block against this guy. I just don't think we're in that camp just yet. 15 damage. Remain weak for all eternity, please. Definitely I can hit you once. I'm gonna hit you twice. And then block 12. 13. Or take 13, I should say. Man, we're gonna be so low on HP. Maybe there's a better way to handle this. I feel like we kind of screwed up by taking the wrong path, to be honest with you, but Molten Egg, whenever you add an attack to your deck, it's upgraded. So unfortunately, like, most of these are bad right now, but Predator is some top end, which we could really use. We'll upgrade. I mean, upgrading Neutralize seems pretty solid. Upgrading Uppercut also seems solid, but we know we start with Neutralize, which in a delicate situation like this might be the difference between life and death, and I wish I were joking. I do want to point out we also kind of ran into, like, exactly the wrong elite for us to deal with. Can I just kill you? 13. Yeah, I can kill you. I know it's going to make us vulnerable for 2 turns. It's a little dangerous, but I mean, what are you going to do? You got to kill the enemies at some point. Even taking 3 damage at this point is potentially catastrophic, so rest assured I'm not feeling like we're the smartest people in the room right now. Singing Bowl. Well, we very rarely ignore cards because we don't get too many opportunities to take them. Okay, well, we have a decent potion for dealing with these guys. We definitely don't want to play Corruption. I honestly feel like the only way we make it through this is we gotta focus on this guy. He's gotta go. So you're gonna hit him with a neutralize no matter what. You know you're gonna take 8 damage this turn. So we're gonna go down to 4. That's insanely bad. Kind of playing a little fast and loose with the survivability right now. Well, if we're gonna use a strike to kill him, because we just literally can't get hit, we should use Predator to kill him, and then play Survivor. That way we're drawing more next turn. And the draw is of the utmost importance, because we need to make sure... I mean, we can get away with drawing 1 defend, but we'd really like to draw 2 defends. And if I'm not going to kill you this turn... It's bad, huh? Then I should focus on killing you, unfortunately. So we have to play a defend. Non-negotiable. This will leave us alive with 1 HP. 3 damage. 6 damage. 6 damage. We gotta draw 2 strikes or 2 defends. Wow! Still pretty bad. This guy, the problem is we don't really want him to die. We need to draw defends this turn. 2 defends or a survivor, please. 2 defends. Okay. Defend. Or, wait, there's a better turn. Predator strike. It's much better. We need to draw 2 defends or a single strike on the next turn. I almost lost my mind when I saw 4 dazes in a row pop up. Kunai. Okay, Kunai is pretty good. We're not really running a block-heavy deck yet. I think Alchemize right now is probably for the best. Please, God, just don't make me do anything here. Nah, I think I'm going to leave. And we're definitely going to rest. So, yeah. It sucks that we lose 5 max HP, but if we didn't do that, we were done. You can make fun of me for that, but I think a lot of people are going to find themselves in a surprisingly tricky situation. So usually, it tends to be worth it, even though our deck kind of, like, I think Corruption is not necessary. It's a dead draw. We're still going to do the classic. And I am going to take, make all enemies vulnerable, because I think having a important turn 1, like a turn 1 that does a ton of damage, is going to be extremely useful for us. That's why I think, like, right here, something like that is okay. And the enemies start vulnerable. So Predator is just insanely good. We'd really like to kill you on turn 1. So we do 30 damage, easily. I think this will just kill you. 30 damage, 19 damage. I love it. Hit ya. Hit ya. We gain dex in the process. I'm not gonna say you're definitely dead next turn, but it just goes to show you, you're not dead until you get to 0 HP. If he's only gonna weaken us, we should slow play it. Easily could have killed him, but now we need 1 attack on the next turn, right? So in all likelihood, we will get there. And we got there. Letter opener and a regen potion. I feel so much better about our situation now. We also get a chance to lift. Upgrading cards can be even more valuable than strength considering the situation we're in, but I support both. Let's put it that way. Honestly, hit me for 9. I don't care. I really want to draw Predator on turn 1, and we got it. So let's neutralize. You're already vulnerable. Predator. Uppercut. Oh, dude, it's perfect. So yes, he is going to hit me for 6. But he's at the lowest amount of HP he can be at without splitting. So next turn, we're drawing 5. Because we got debuffed as well, and you just had to screw me, didn't you? I'm gonna level with you. I think we play nothing. We could try Corruption and get a deck that's just attacks. I think that's a little ill-advised. We can easily make him split this turn. We want to draw Predators or Uppercuts, is what it comes down to. So, neutralize, for certain. Might as well alchemize. Uppercut. Strike. I think I'm going to hit him with the poison. The poison is basically like doing 6 damage to 2 enemies. It's not an incredible get for us, but it's relatively solid, I think. And then we only need to do 18 to these guys to get them to split, which is well within the range of something like, well, for example, a single Predator, followed by a strike. And now these guys, we're only 1 strength up, so I don't think a single strike will do it, but, you know, there's reasonable draws that can get easy kills. Like a strike plus a neutralize, for example, is a 1 energy kill. And I mean, that's literally what we drew instantly. So I think we'll neutralize. Well, the thing is, how much... yeah, okay. Strike. Neutralize. I'll hit you with this. You're still at 15. Yeah. So we... Again, the rumors of my death were greatly exaggerated. The run, especially when we were fighting those elites, was not looking good at all. I think it's just we picked a bad path, and thankfully we're very lucky to have made it out of that. Now that we have Kunai, we actually can build a blockable deck. In fact, we could build a corruption deck. No, it's... I mean, it does make skills free, so there's something to be said about it, but... I don't know. I have to think about that one. Will lead us to kings. Will really lead us to kings. We don't get too many opportunities to alter our deck construction, and pray that we don't alter it further, so I really don't know. I can't plan for a deck because cards show up so rarely. Bronze Scales is okay. Alright, there's something to be said about Wraith form, I think. And it's not even really a contest. We really like Cursed Key, because we have Duvu Doll as well, so it's almost... The more curses, the better, except our deck is, real thin, so those curses are going to show up frequently, so some way to exhaust them, like a blue candle, for example, would be nice. Right, he ignores the vulnerable, which is actually great. Do something like this. And then this might apply 1 vulnerable. Yeah, because it goes in order of the card. Then this will deal 31 damage. Not quite gonna kill him, but gets him real close. And if we're drawing 7 next turn, we could get to 35. It's unlikely. Not impossible. So Wraith form is like real tempting. Except for the fact that we would take damage, and it's just, I think it's a little too slow. I don't know why this song is like, up on the housetop, reindeer paws, down comes good old spherical claws. Okay, we need to do 11 damage. We got to him before his big attack came through, so. We like our potions, honestly. I don't think we need to play Alchemize. Just go for the KO. We're a good regen, but it doesn't really work like that. Okay, Mummified Hand actually makes our other cards, in my opinion, substantially more playable. Like, our powers now become plausible to use, because even with 4 energy, using 3 of it for an attack seemed real stupid. Or 3 of it for a power, I should say. Now, I will say, on this turn, I think you kind of look at it and you go, okay, maybe. Let's give it a try. Let's make it potentially work for us. So we definitely want to strike you. Hit you with a neutralize. I wish I could uppercut you. I played 3 skills. Oh, 1 was a power, of course. You know, I think poison is not ill-advised. I feel like corruption really starts to shine, and it does an amazing job when you have Dead Branch. Kind of put me in a tough spot. I don't really need to do this, so... Strength potion, I mean, it's pretty good. Really think I'm just gonna hit you? And unfortunately, I am gonna take 8 damage. I don't think it's worth using a regen, because still had quite a lot of HP overall. Might as well play all of them. Do some extra damage. And you're dead. Beautiful. Whetstone. It upgrading 2 strikes is pretty poor. We're gonna go all combat, because again, every combat gives us a relic. So I will say I feel a little underpowered relative to the normal, like, you get a relic every time sort of run, but... Okay. Well, we got Strike Plus, so what am I complaining about? Drink this. Drink this. Might even drink the Dex potion, but first, you gotta go. Well, vulnerable. 34 damage. Thing is, I'd really like to do a lot. What is that? Puts you at 20. 20's not a good number. 2 is a great number for us. So, I'm just gonna let you hit me for 17. And it looks bad, and in many ways is kind of bad, but that guy is dead now, so we really only have to deal with a single enemy, which is a much easier task. And I actually, like, it's probably relatively smart for us to slow play it and get all the heal possible out of our regen, because we do have an elite. So as long as he's not doing anything, we could just, like, keep him alive, basically. He's not attacking us. We can do this. It's not a great heal. Literally will lethal you, huh? Well, you know. Do 5 damage to you, keep you honest. Oh, 23 damage. In a single turn? Is that legal? Anyway, I'd still really like to, like, not lose the 3 HP, because I think it is the sort of... I mean, we survived by 1 HP on the last floor, so I think we played that right. Whenever you rest, you may add a card to your deck. That actually makes resting potentially, like, not the stupidest idea in the world, so... see ya. Because we really just want to dust this sentry turn 1. We barely got through this guy last time, so it's like easy. Get some draw. Start to purge your debuffs a little bit. You're going to be a problem. I can already tell. The block potion's going to come in handy. I think I have to uppercut you. I mean, we could go hard on this turn. I don't dislike that, to be honest with you. This is where it's bad. He's got 20. 755. It's not that bad. We'll take 3, and he'll take 6 just from hitting us. He's definitely dead next time. This is a pretty, like, decent situation for us, all things considered. Plus, we add another relic to the deck. And starting with block gives us, like, a little bit of breathing room when we start, so we can afford to be aggressive, which we were already doing, but sometimes it had consequences on turn 1. So we're just trying to keep our best attacks right off the bat. And we love, like, you're already vulnerable, but we will hit you. And, like, Uppercut Predator is probably the right call. Vice versa. Doesn't really matter here. We're probably playing Alchemize too little, but, I don't know. I think doing a lot of damage immediately is more important than getting a potion out most of the time. Uppercut for free is like an auto pick. Then you just look at it and you go, okay, well, make something free that's relatively good. And then make something free. Am I really gonna roll the dice? feel like that was not that bad. Probably could have... could we have done that taking 0? Wow, dude. What a draw. 5 cards that cost 0. That's amazing. Okay, so I hate you, but I have to fight you. And you're like the worst. So definitely we're going to drink this strength potion. Probably should have done the numbers, but... to be honest, it might be worth keeping Alchemize just to see what you get. Probably an immediate benefit. 10 block right off the bat is really good. So who do we target? 23. Which is actually 34. 34. 18. 18, it's another 36. 34. 10. 44. Block potion might come in handy. Anyway, I'm going to kill the one... we should kill the one doing the most damage, but I also kind of want to kill the one that's doing a debuff. But this guy just adds a wound. So you're going to go because you do the most damage. Predator. Neutralize. Do I... don't even have to. Neutralize you. Damn, you're hitting for 16. I'd prefer to strength gain. So even though it seems like a waste right now, just give me the block. That way, we might still want to rest, but we might not have to rest. So ideally, we can't put up, well, we can put up 12 block. 16, 12, 10. So we can definitely kill one and then take 1 damage. That seems better. No, we wouldn't take 1 damage. We would take more. We'd take 7 damage. We could block all of it and you take 3 each. It's usually better to, you know, kill them so you can avoid the debuff. But let's try it. Things have been going well lately, so let's roll the dice. Be weakened, my friend. This allows us to play a block no matter what, so I'm going to throw it out there. Even if we don't necessarily want to exhaust all of our blocks, this buys us a turn of taking no damage, and you know, every time we draw a block, it's going to be the same deal. So, certainly, become vulnerable. I think we should hit him for 5, because like if we can do this, we don't have too many more turns to go here. So we're going to make it through the elite fight just fine, and because we get to pick cards so rarely, it's a great opportunity to add something to your deck that provides the value you're looking for. I think you have to go die, 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 which is just almost strictly better than all-out attack. Sure, max HP's got something going for it. We do not want to rest. I think we want to go here and gain strength and then fight the elites. I know, it's a little risky. No combat, please. So, I don't want to get jaxed. As much as, like, the strength gain seems important, because losing HP at the start of every fight or at some point in every fight, I'm not a huge fan of. Whenever you add a skill to your deck, it's upgraded. It's going to happen so rarely. I kind of wanted the curse. There's our curse. Be careful what you wish for. When you discard, deal 3 damage to a random enemy, but we get a curse, so we get a strength upgrade. Add a card to your deck. Dude, like, I think outmaneuver... or, like, escape plan is never bad. Plus 2 max HP was kind of tempting me. I'm going to continue to roll the dice, though. Let's get another strength upgrade here. Something that allows us to maybe kill enemies in the first turn with more certainty. And this is a good guy to use our regen potion at. So get out of here. Goodbye. We might as well keep escape plan. I actually think Alchemize is totally fine, because it could give us a worthwhile potion of some sort. We have 6 energy. Can't draw? No, wait, what are you talking about? It's a fire potion. Can't draw. That's really good damage for turn 1. We have played 2 skills. Let's throw another one in there. And honestly, we should use that later, but it just feels right to use it as soon as possible and make the most incredible turn you've ever seen. Alright, so he's still vulnerable, but this time we need to block. Lame. We don't need to, because you're gonna die. So what a waste of the regen potion, but it's hard to be mad when you know you're getting good stuff out of it. Calculated gamble. Even though we have strength up, so our shivs are not bad. Calculated gamble, I think, is better. When obtain bruise 5 random potions, just horrible. So 9 cards on turn 1 strikes me as amazing. We could remove decay, but we could also buy cards so we get decay less frequently. You know? Because decay is giving us a strength bonus. I kind of like the idea of throwing in a cheap power in the form of... It's Infinite Blades Plus, too, so it's going to be innate, and it's going to give us a refund when it comes out. So I'm basically... I wouldn't say I'm, like, just trying to fill my deck with garbage, but I'm deliberately drafting stuff in the shop that is not necessarily a game winner, but is thickening our deck enough that we could roll curses without them being destructive. So we have 4 strength up now. We start with 6 energy because we... I don't know why, to be honest with you. So you're dealing 21 damage. It's horrendous. Probably do want to keep some defense. Suppose if we wanted to go for it, what if we play corruption? I'm just looking, I'm like, how many of these do we even need? The other route would be that right there. You know what? It's a little safer. Does do a ton of damage right off the bat as well. Six energy. You gotta play that. Hoping it made Wraith form free. I think it was still worth it. 16 block, 21 block. We're in an okay spot there. Hit ya. Hit ya. You are so lucky, but you're definitely also gonna die as soon as you attack me. Alright, so our gamble is starting to look like it sort of works, and Shuriken is just an incredible enabler. I hate you. I am gonna rest. Doesn't heal us very much. Oh, give me Riddle with holes. Absolutely. It doesn't heal us very much, I'll admit, but we've got to be able to have enough HP to survive a full-fledged attack from this guy. Next turn, we can focus on maybe using Singing Bowl a little bit more frequently. So we don't want to see it. Probably don't want to see it. Want to keep you. This is a really good card to keep, because we get a lot of tincture value out of that. So I think we just dump this. I think this is fine. Okay, so probably do want to poison you, but first, hit you with that. I do want Infinite Blades. Let's draw. We got block. We definitely want to Riddle with holes, which is 60 damage. We'll hit you with a quick uppercut and make you weaker longer. Plus, we got a strength bonus, which we should have used with Riddle with holes, but I digress. Calculated Gamble comes out. It's more damage. Hit you with a quick die for 33 damage. Gotta be honest with you, I think it feels like a right turn to kind of poison you as well and start... Keep the train rolling while things are going well. It's 160 damage on the first turn. So, we definitely want 3. This is easy. You hit him, hit him, hit him. You play Deflect for 8. You don't even have to play anything else, but... We discard for 3. Less of an amazing turn, but, you know, keeping our stats going up there. So he's being a little aggressive this turn. Shivs deal 10 damage each. That's pretty ridiculous. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Might as well play him. My philosophy. So we got 7 cards coming out next turn. This guy's already mad. He's dealing 57 damage. So we have the luxury of not having to worry about that if we don't want to. But first, let's start there. Oh, dude. You poor man. So you're dealing 52 damage. That's still is a nasty amount of damage. I'll level with you. It's not like it's an insignificant amount of damage or anything, but like, you know, like I'm not trying to insult you and suggest that you're not like a very strong individual here or anything like that. But I'm just gonna say you are gonna die on your second attack there as a result of our scales. So, alright. It's a beautiful situation. We're looking a little better. We've... Oh, negate the next 2 curses you obtain. Dude, I hate to do it, but... Like, what do I want to add? For 3 energy, I'm going to add, like, 3 neutralizes to my hand or something. No, thank you. We're starting to build something that seems like it could work here. Healing for free is okay. But I do think you'd kind of look at Astrolabe and be like, alright. If we transform our strikes, I think we're happy doing it, to be honest. We could transform 1 defend, but we have no new defense except deflect. We don't want to transform a strike plus. We'll do 1 defend. Bouncing Flask, accuracy, dash. Bouncing Flask plus is not really worth that much. Time keep. We don't run a combo deck. We're not perturbed by this. 4 relics seems right to me. So ideally, kind of like we don't want that. Do want this. Don't want this. Don't want this. Don't want this. You know what? Let's dump this as well and hope to get something a little better. Calculated gamble even would be okay. We didn't get it. That's fine. I'm not mad. Really. Start with the cheap infinite blades. It hit defend. You gotta use riddle with holes. It's a free kill. They're all blocking, but still. Accuracy hit dash, which is not a bad get. 25 damage. We should hit this guy. Wound him a little. Thought that might be our 3rd skill. We don't have like a gangbusters first turn like we've had a lot of times where it's just like, hey, by the way, I use the term gangbusters. I'm 175 years old, if you didn't know. But it's, we're not quite at that, like, everything dies as soon as we touch it level, but our shivs do 14 damage. Pardon me, but you've absolutely got to go. More than one way to eat a Reese's, dude. If you end your turn without block, gain 6 block. So I believe that does synergize with Anchor, at least. This is the kind of room we like a lot. Hate it? To be honest, we kind of like this. And we can't play all this, so you gotta make a decision. You probably go Predator Uppercut. I think. Die is more damage, and actually, yeah, now that I think about it, because it's also cheaper. We already have the weakness, so... Make something expensive free. Defend. What a ripoff. We'll still play it just so we get the defense. We'll play it... Die for free. 36 damage. Very sorry to see this happen, but we're starting to get a snowball going. Smiling Mask, Merchant's card removal. Really, that might as well say, like, get 75 gold. Not a particularly useful start. See ya. We like these enough. Remember, we start with 10 blocks, so 1 weakness is, like, almost enough. Neutralize does 12 damage by itself, which is just ridiculous. You made Predator free. You are now my favorite card. You made Dash free. You continue to be more and more favored as time goes on. Now, if you're not gonna die, I would rather uppercut you so that you're debuffed a little longer. I think this is a winnable run, which would be amazing considering we went down to 2 HP at one point. 1 HP, I should say. Not even 2 HP. 12 damage. Okay, I'm going to hit you with one of these then. It made Wraith form free. There is a god. Okay, so first off, you're actually absolutely dead now, but you're dead for 20 different reasons. Look at that. We got just the right kind of mummified hand combo. At the start of boss combats, heal 25. Very interesting setup. You guys again, huh? We could use a dagger spray, but we definitely never want to see you. Well, you, I mean. Probably not you, though. You. Everything else is fine. You're cool in my books. We don't have any of our 10 out of 10 cards. And a weaken you, and you're easy to kill. But I'm going to start going after somebody else, I think, first. What'd you hit? Strike. I mean, a free strike to make our shivs amazing is still pretty good. You're doing 14 damage. So you know what? Do something like that. Raises our strength. We still got 1 energy left. We'll start with a Tingsha. And Die is probably like our single most high value card to get in that situation. Every relic that we get is just going to make it easier. But this is much tougher than our earlier, at least in my opinion, it's a much tougher run than our earlier ones that were of this version. So, like, immediately, you're so dead. I'm still looking for more strength gain. If I could swing it. More cards to make our curses worse is also fine. Dude, if we could have afforded Dead Branch, it changes everything. But, well-laid plans, super purchase. Sucker Punch is pretty good. Finisher has some good synergies with the kind of decks we've been rolling, but I really feel like you kind of go Terror, a card we love a great deal. And we stop removing cards. Might find another shop later. So I'll admit, this is, you know, we're fighting enemies for whom they're difficult. Anything could go terribly wrong in these situations. I think we do want to play Accuracy turn 1. We'll keep Deflect, just because it makes things free for us. We might as well keep Escape playing. Like, I don't really want to move with much of this, but we don't have very much damage. That's kind of what Calculated Gamble's there for. So well-laid plans, Infinite Blades is free. Accuracy's free. Dash is free. So now we have a handful of free stuff. First off, be weakened. Okay, we're not taking any damage. We don't need to play Deflect. We'll definitely play Dash. Discard everything for Calculated Gamble. We played 2 attacks. So we're going to do an Uppercut. Then we're going to follow it up with a Riddle with Holes, which will deal 110 damage. So it didn't look great for the start of it, but at the end of it, it started to come together there. We did 212 damage in a single turn. Good draw, admittedly, but hey. We get a bad draw, I don't necessarily blame the game. We get a good draw, I might take some credit. You're dealing 9 damage, huh? Well. I'd prefer to take 0, is the thing. But I'd also prefer to hit you very hard. While you're vulnerable. Oh, because of the decks. Or maybe not even necessarily because of the decks, but we were able to get slightly over the amount of damage he's doing. He's not going to be vulnerable next turn, at least not at the start of it. We're going to have to pay for it. And he's doing a debuff. Usually it's a weaken, so... oh, dude. Never mind. He is going to be vulnerable, and we're definitely not going to have to pay for it. Strike. Strike. Shiv. Probably should be doing it in a different order. Just to be honestly, I mean, I gotta hit you for 12 poison. It's pretty good. But I think I'm gonna throw fire on you. Play Alchemize. Get poison. Two cards. I'm gonna go Corruption this time just in case. Because he's certainly closing in on a lethal range. 9 damage. It's actually, like, basically nothing. Please be shivved. And then uppercutted. And then I think I'll just probably follow it up with a little dash here. I'm just going to leave you alive somehow, except you're going to attack me, and then that's going to be the end of your life. So a very easy fight. Right now, we We do want to add a card. I know we could skip it for more. Oh, Pen Nib could be great. We could skip it for HP, but we can't enable discards except on our first turn most of the time, so this is pretty not great. I think we'd like Quick Slash. It's kind of guilt-free. We want to keep adding cards to dilute our one curse, but I think we can afford to go this path. Beyond that, you know, we like Quick Slash. It's draw, and sometimes we do run out of energy before we run out of cards, so... Oh, my lord. Well, generally, we don't like this. Everything else is kind of innocent here. Obviously, we can't play it all, but... Oh, my lord. Calculated gamble. How does Tincture work? 3 damage to a random enemy. Okay, if it was to all enemies, we might be closing in on, like, just take them out category, but... Well-laid plans. Let's start with a combo. It hit Infinite Blades. It hit a strike. I really wanted it to hit Riddle with Holes, obviously, but do 60 damage right out the bat. Okay, I guess we get... Well, I mean, 60 damage. 36 damage. 19 damage. It's not quite enough to get a kill. Or is it, if we discard? I'm gonna go for it. Neutralize. Strike. Now we can do the math. 86. So it's going to be 60 damage, 36 damage. You're actually dead. Looked a little tricky. Ah, your draw pile is now viewed in order. Turn 1 is very dicey against these guys. After that point, we're in a much better situation. So we love not taking any defense on turn 1 and trying to get a pretty sick combo going. Calculated gamble allows us to get rid of the curse. So, who's weaker? 88 of 91. Be made vulnerable. Play accuracy for cheap. Gave us a cheap uppercut. A free uppercut, I should say. Probably gonna hit you with his die. Now, Infinite Blades makes Riddle with Holes free. Which is actually enough to kill you. So that's what we're gonna do. Calculated gamble. Strike. It's not always gonna work that way, but that time it did. We upgrade 2 defense. Excuse me, I did not mean to skip our potion. We do have 2 potions, but still. We get a card out of this if we wanted to. Tori is really good. And I think we kind of want a Dagger Spray. Even though a Well-Laid Plans makes things free again, or cheap again. We definitely do not want to rest. We can only upgrade like 5 cards. Everything else gets upgraded automatically. If Wraith Form was cheaper, I'd probably consider it, but I think Uppercut adding another layer of vulnerability and weakness is probably for the best. We don't play that many cards. It's really the discards that enable us. This is good. Pen Nib. Okay, so since we have Pen Nib, we do want to hit you with this. 51 damage or 60 damage. I guess we'll do it that way. I didn't mean to play accuracy, but I'm not too mad about it. We might as well play Deflect. It doesn't get exhausted. It's like a pretty good first turn. Hello, Ruka. I see how it is. You only want to come in when I'm about to win, huh? Quick Slash is so important for the draw. We want to get a strength upgrade before we use Riddle with Holes. So the thing is, like, 39 damage. Hey, if you step on my computer, I'm gonna be real mad. I don't think I can kill you anyway. So I am gonna have to accept. You're gonna do 13. That's the first damage you've taken this floor, and it's largely because we're already vulnerable. You're 100 times dead, so do me a favor. Get poisoned so we can use Alchemize. 2 exploding potions. Amazing. Would have preferred to keep Pen Nib. We may yet be able to. You are dead. So many different ways. Poison would do it, of course. Okay, so permanent +1 dex. Straight up. Strength is so much more important. No combat? No combat. A shop. Okay. I mean, we could have 2 infinite blades, which combined with accuracy is kind of disgusting. Could be a backflip as well. I don't think we want a thin deck here. Now, I'm gonna risk it. See, I was gonna say, where's my other free infinite blades? See ya, see ya, see ya. Keep ya. All right, take the strength potion. Right off the bat, riddle with holes. That's 100. It's 150 damage. I guess we could have played skills first, which would have also worked, but... Now, we're going to start with infinite blades, because it makes things free. Nice. That was a really good start. And it might not look that amazing right now, but, I mean, with +7 strength, I know we're going to be weakened here, but +7 strength and 2 shivs per turn is a lot of damage and an extremely easy way for us to enable essentially everything. It really does. I mean, we should have done that second, but like, that's still a really good turn when you look at it. Kind of a longer daily today, but it honestly wouldn't surprise me if we can actually get the kill here. No accuracy, unfortunately. So I think you just start and you go, okay, Shiv, Shiv. Oh, Pendib's available. Be a strike play. Oh, you're definitely dead. Okay, Cat, you just like, I'm not mad, but you just put like a little too much weight on the keyboard. Like, can't you just lay down? You don't have to lay down on something. Being able to play a curse is nice. Straight up, explosive potion, not nearly as valuable as a block potion. Go for the blur here. That was a really easy fight. We fought no Thorn Lords on this floor at all. If we could kill Exploders, I would be over the moon. To the extent that I don't even think I'm going to take Terror, because I just want raw damage. So right off the bat, we didn't take any damage in those explosions, which, let's just, you know, hey, if you're not going to say anything to the game, I'm not going to say anything to the game, okay? Easy fight. You come here, you got, what do you think's worth more? An upgraded card or 7 HP? You might have thought I was, or 5 HP. Give me a choke here. You might have thought I was setting you up for an upgraded card. I still think 5 HP is worth more here, to be honest. Okay, so you have to be weakened. We have 6 energy, so we usually want to keep choke. Dump ya, dump ya, dump ya. We need these with accuracy. It's not an incredibly strong start, but okay, so hear me out here. Definitely drink the Dex potion, throw this potion. We have to play, if we're gonna play accuracy, we should start with choke. Because we can get a combo of some extent. Okay, that gives us a free uppercut, which I think is definitely worth using. He's only dealing 19 now. And we've only played 3 cards. So infinite blades for certain. Infinite blades for certain. We're gonna do so much damage from this point onwards. And I think we'll save 6 cards, so we can play them next time. We already have 2 turns of weakness, so I kind of wanted to play Neutralize, but against the Time Lord, sometimes you gotta be a little tricky. So right now, we know what we're playing. That's kind of a weak one. But, gotta shiv ya. Gotta shiv ya. And right now, I mean, I'm gonna hit you. The reason I'm gonna hit you is it increments everything. So it gave us strength, it gave us dex. Sure, it didn't waste pen nib, it didn't use it as effectively as I would like. We know we're gonna like this, and this, and this, this. It's good damage. He's hitting hard. Let's try that. Oh, dude, I love it. 28. Not bad. I hate the draw reduction. But, I mean, when you start with 2 shivs, it's not that bad. So, making him vulnerable forever, unless he immediately purges it, is probably for the best. Then, I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you. I mean, at this point, I think I might as well poison you. Give him strength up on a turn in which he's not attacking anyway. We're gonna keep corruption just because we know we could play it and then drop like a ridiculous amount of block. So he immediately purged our myriad debuffs. Please find a way to weaken this boy on this turn. This is how we would do that. Hit you like that. You're dealing 24 damage. That's no joke. And now we're gonna get a pen nib shiv. So 24 damage is literally like pretty great. Please bring me riddle with holes. Just gonna level with you. Throw something like that out there. End turn. We're taking a little damage, but he's in like lethal range. My cat, you can't lay on the keyboard. You have a box you can lay in. I don't know why it's such a big deal for you to do this. Anyway, so in the end, like, I'm happy we beat the run, and we did come very close to dying early, but it's cheapened a little bit by the fact that, of course, we have, like, infinite relics, more or less. 945 damage, though. That was higher than the top of the 2 scores that existed at the time that I did the daily, but hey, it's a win. I can't be too mad about it. I think some people might get a little surprised today, but yeah. How dare you. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.